What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news and news video where we will talk about Michael Olise, the fantastic right winger for Bayern Munich who is tearing up the Bundesliga and the Champions League, being linked with a €100 million move to Liverpool, as well as other news like Alisson and how long he will be out injured and whether Hugo Ekitike, Federico Chiesa will be fit for the Chelsea-Liverpool game. Let me know guys, how are you feeling before the Chelsea-Liverpool game, which turns into a massive game for Liverpool after losing back-to-back games for the first time under Arne Slot, of course not counting the games where Liverpool have already won the league and they were on the beach basically, being on holiday at the end of last season. And Liverpool have never lost 2 games in a row under Arne Slot excluding that period. So this is a crucial time. Liverpool cannot lose 3 games in a row. That's absolutely unthinkable. But it can happen because Chelsea are a dangerous team at home, but we will talk about that a little bit later. So first, let's talk about the fact that Louis Steele, who is a Liverpool-based journalist, very reliable, he said that the early noises indicate that Michael Olise will be absolutely at the top of Liverpool's shopping list, either for the January or the next summer transfer window, and this follows the speculation of a release clause in Michael Olise's contract, which could be easily manageable for clubs in the Premier League. Liverpool could exploit Michael Olise's contract situation, according to the German publication Bild newspaper, who have now reiterated Liverpool's interest in the 23-year-old, suggesting that Liverpool will be ahead of Man City and Chelsea in the efforts to sign Michael Olise. And it is even claimed that Liverpool are prepared to pay €100 million for Olise, that's £87 million, but I think we would need to bid at least €100 million. Michael Olise would cost a similar amount to Florian Wirtz probably. The speculation comes as, of course, Bayern are pushing to sign Olise to a new contract. His current terms are worth £200,000 per week, and that doesn't place him as one of the highest earners at Bayern. The Munich newspaper AZ have further reported on the poker game developing around Michael Olise's situation at Bayern and the threat of interest from Liverpool. They are the Bayern sporting director Max Eberl has spoken out about the situation, saying that Michael has already made a lot of impressions in his first season. He's a player fans come to the stadium for. It's simply fun to watch him play. He has over 3.5 years left on his contract, and he will increasingly become a decisive factor in Bayern Munich's game and shape the future of this team, and they want to tie him down to a better and longer contract. And he said, if it's up to us, the longer the better, Michael Olise's contract. Of course, Liverpool see Michael Olise as the successor to Mo Salah, because maybe he doesn't produce Salah's numbers yet, but he's also a world-class player, Olise, and he's a lot younger, and he also can become world-class with the right guidance. And Salah's contract expires in 2027, so he still has a little bit more than 1.5 years left on his contract, so he has still plenty of miles to go, Salah. But Liverpool will eventually start preparing for the phasing out of Salah and bringing in his successor before Salah actually leaves. Is a very smart move, because Olise could learn from Salah, they could play together in Liverpool, and he could get accustomed to the team, and he wouldn't have the pressure of coming in straight after Salah left Liverpool. Imagine how much pressure that would be for Michael Olise to be under. And if you rank Michael Olise to other attacking midfielders and wingers in the top 5 leagues over the last 1 year, he is in the top 1% when it comes to touches, he's in the top 3% when it comes to chances created, and he's in the top 4% when it comes to shot attempted, and also he's in the top 5% when it comes to goals, and that's also a hugely important metric. And over the last year, Olise ranked in the top 2% for shot creating actions with 6.5 shot creating actions per 90 minutes and progressive passes of 7.5 progressive passes per 90 minutes. Olise is also an exceptional dribbler, ranking in the top 15% for progressive carries, carrying the ball almost 5 times per 90 minutes, and in the top 9% for successful take-ons, which is 2.5 more than 2.5 take-ons per 90 minutes. So that is a fantastic numbers for Michael Olise. And of course, from a Liverpool point of view, this Olise story is mesmerizing, tantalizing, it's very exciting. Of course, Liverpool fans have seen similar links emerge to Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak and others. So we need to take this seriously, because Liverpool are now a truly mega club who can and will spend more than £100 million on a world-class player like Olise. The last transfer window absolutely proved that. And the timing is significant because Salah's long-term future is a talking point, of course. And fans are aware that sooner or later this transition phase is inevitable when it comes to a right winger at Liverpool. The question is whether Liverpool's recruitment team will act decisively or will they allow rivals to dictate the market. I don't think so. Liverpool will definitely act decisively and go for their number one target whenever possible. But of course it won't be easy to get one of the best players out of Bayern Munich. And also Harry Kane is not getting any younger. In 2 or 3 years, Michael Olise might be the biggest, most important player at Bayern. And Bayern Munich know that. And I think if Liverpool want to keep winning things, we need to invest in the best of the best. And Michael Olise definitely comes under category. But of course, Liverpool will always look for value in the market. And if they think Olise costs too much, then they will walk away from the deal. David Ornstein is also reported. So what do you think? First of all, what do you think before we move on? What do you think about the Michael Olise story? Do you think Liverpool are in serious contention to sign him, or do you think we are just like monitoring? Let me know how do you feel in the comments below. And now let's talk about the Alisson injury, because it's so weird that almost every season at this time of the year, Alisson picks up almost the same injury. It's a hamstring injury, and Alisson will be back in around 6 weeks' time after the next international break, so he will miss the Chelsea game, the Man United game, the Man City game, the Real Madrid game. We also played Frankfurt away, so these next few games are not easy. But Alisson, we know that he is quite injury prone as a goalkeeper. I haven't seen a goalkeeper pick up this many injuries like Alisson. That's why Liverpool signed Mamardashvili, and this is where Mamardashvili absolutely will thrive. He will step up and show the world how good of a goalkeeper he is. At least that's the hope from Liverpool point of view. And Mamardashvili could really stake a claim for the number one position if he puts in world-class performance after world-class performance in the Champions League and in the Premier League against really top teams. Then Alisson might have a hard time coming back and taking his place. Well, let's wait and see. I hope that will happen, that Mamardashvili will be just so good that we will have 2 world-class goalkeepers at our disposal. And now let's talk about Alexander Isak, who hasn't had, of course, the dream start at Liverpool, but because he had no pre-season at Newcastle, we always knew that he would struggle to minutes, because he can't play 90 minutes every 3 days yet. But Anana Sot said, I told Alexander Isak that the difficult thing is you will have your appearances, but if you add the minutes together, it probably won't be more than 90 minutes. That's what we inherited from his situation at Newcastle. We knew this before, so it's not an excuse. The main thing is that he has to adjust to his new teammates, and they have to adjust to him as well. He had a great counter moment against Crystal Palace where the midfield didn't see Isak running in behind. These are the things that they have to work on, and that's been harder than last season, of course, because, Isak is a new player. Alexis McAllister has been struggling for fitness and form. Conor Bradley has been, struggling for fitness, and Dominic Szoboszlai has been playing as right back, sometimes midfield, because of the injuries to Bradley and Frimpong. They can't play 3 times a week, 90 minutes, so we have to rotate. And I mean, some deluded Liverpool fans have called for Arne Slot to be sacked, which I cannot believe that is actually the case. Because Arne Slot, in his first season, without spending any money, won the Premier League title. So he earned time and trust and respect from the Liverpool fans. But some Liverpool fans even called for Jurgen Klopp to be sacked, so I'm not surprised anymore. And some Liverpool fans think this is struggle. I mean, I lived through the Roy Hodgson era, where Liverpool had Paul Konchesky, Christian Poulsen, and players like Markovic up front. And that was a real struggle for Liverpool, who were languishing in mid-table. This Liverpool, it's just a blip. And yes, the performances haven't been great. The results have been actually very, very good. But Liverpool will need time to work out, how to gel the team together, how to basically harmonize the attacking players with the midfielders, with the defenders. Remember, we have 2 brand new fullbacks, we have a brand new goalkeeper, we also have a new striker, a new attacking midfielder, another new striker, and also, we have some fringe players as well who struggled for fitness. And of course, there needs to be changes. We know that. Arne Slot knows that. Smarter game management away from home needs to be implemented by Liverpool, and also more ruthless team selection maybe by Arne Slot, and more steel in midfield when the tempo drops. Definitely the midfield has been not as good as last season, let me say that. But these are just tweaks. We don't have to throw out the baby with the bathwater, as they say it. The club, of course, have begged Arne Slot to the absolute hilt with Florian Wirtz, with Isak, with Ekitike, with Frimpong, with Kerkez, with Mamadashvili. So there is no excuses for Arne Slot not to make this work, and he will make it work. I fully trust him. And to throw that all away after just 1 or 2 bad games, where I think we didn't play as badly against Galatasaray as we played against Crystal Palace. It's just that it didn't click and we couldn't finish our chances. Actually, we created a lot more against Galatasaray than we did against Crystal Palace. But the Chelsea game will be huge. The pressure will be mounting on Liverpool if we lose to Chelsea as well. And then Arsenal could overtake us, who play West Ham at home. And that will be probably an easy 3 points for Arsenal. So yeah, let me know how do you see this whole, Arne Slot conundrum where, people are calling for Arne Slot to be sacked. And also, let's put it into perspective. And Enzo Maresca, the Chelsea manager, actually put the things into perspective. He said, Liverpool's season is fantastic, especially after the Jota tragedy. I went through the same as a player 20 years ago. It's tough for the players, for the club, for the manager to face an empty training ground every day. You have to be strong. That's why they are doing more than just well. They are handling a very difficult situation and they are handling it bravely. So let's not forget that this is probably the hardest season Liverpool have to ever go through after that horrendous tragedy that happened to Diogo Jota. Forever, Liverpool's number 20. He will never be forgotten. I will always remember him. You will never walk on Diogo. Liverpool's number 20 forever. And that's how I want to finish this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.